morning, everyone. I'm Luke Lorimer from MaineDOT. I'm here to tell you about remote small area networks. Those of you paying attention to the time. No, not working, Dan. Yeah. No, I'll project. Okay, so those of you paying attention to time, we're running a bit behind. I'm going to skip some not important sections of this to try and catch us up a little bit and get us back online. Who's saying you can't hear? Sit closer to the front. Okay, so first off, some disclaimers. What I'm going to talk about is how MaineDOT sets up our remote networks. It may not be the best way to do it, see point 2. I am not an expert. So if you do know better ways, you can come and find me this afternoon and say, why aren't you doing this? And I'll go, because I don't know how to do it. Point 3, cybersecurity is not going to be included in this, see point 2. Okay, so what is a network? A network is a series of devices connected together so they'll communicate with each other. Most of you have them in your office. The internet is a network. Does anyone else need more examples? Good. So when we get to remote networks, the first part is a local area network. This is a network where all the devices are contained within a local area. It may be connected to the internet, but most of it is just talking with the local devices, and it's an isolated system. So a remote network is then when we have a device not in that area which connects to that local area network. Everyone following along? Good. So to use an analogy, it's a bit like a building. Your local area network is you're an apartment building. Each device is an apartment within that building. So your camera's one apartment, your modem's another apartment. Well, your modem's the doorway. But your IP address is where that device is located within the building. The port number, which I'll get into, is the door for that apartment. Your modem, router, they can be separate devices or the same device. I'm probably going to use both terms, which will be confusing. It's kind of your doorman. Anything that wants to come into the building needs to go to him first, and then he redirects them to the right area of the building. So that's, as I say, I'm skipping through this a lot quicker than I wanted to, but we'll get through it. So when you're setting it up, you need to connect your device, you need to put its LAN address on. When you're doing a LAN, these first 3 numbers need to match across the whole thing. The last number is your Your last number is your unique identifier for the device. It then has a port on it. Most devices you'll get, their default port is port 80, and that is also how the internet works if you're connecting with IP addresses. It assumes port 80 as a default. Your network mask, I would explain what that is, but I don't know. Gateway, that is your modem. That's your local address for the modem, so everything in the network knows where to send the traffic to send it out the door. DHCP, this is whether your device is getting an automatically generated IP address from the modem or you've put one in yourself. For it to work in the way we set it up, you have to have that IP as static. So you need to change it to DHCP off or manual or static so that that IP address doesn't change. If you're on DHCP, every time the power goes down, there is the chance that IP address could be assigned as a completely new number the next time round and your connection won't work anymore. DNS is, so if the device has to call out, it knows where on the internet it's going. It stands for domain name server. Those numbers are the free Google services, which are the ones we tend to use for this. So you put those in for the values, it can then go to Google and Google can redirect the traffic. The router settings, so the modem router, this is your connection between the internet and your local, well, the wide area network and your local area network. So it has 2 IP addresses. It has its wide area network address, which is its location on the internet. That is provided by whoever your communications carrier is, so Comcast or US Cellular or Spectrum, whoever you've got. When you call for a service, you need a static IP. It then has its local IP address, which is used as a gateway. Normally a gateway is .1 at the end, but you can set it however you like. Port forwarding is how, from the wide area network, it knows where it's going on the local area network. So the apartment number, basically. It's at the end of the IP address, you put it on. gets to your router, and it redirects to the right device. Again, DHCP needs to be turned off. This also helps as a slight security measure, which means if someone plugs a random device in, it will not generate an IP address and be able to get on the network. So I have a hands-on session, so if any of that made no sense to you, feel free to come and I will not explain. But what that will cover is actually covering connecting to a local area network as part of the local area network, programming the modem, programming an end device, which in this case is going to be a camera, a list of what IPs we use for our local area networks, and then checking the setup has all worked and being able to review it as a remote connection. If you have any questions, ask Dan, and we are done.